kholwa enkosini Rumbi Comrade Justin Mupamhanga.
That's right. And also our deepest condolences just does not go to the nation at large only, but we've got a very important honorable person in our society who is Honorable Mupamhanga, who is son to the late national hero Comrade Justin Mupamhanga, is the Deputy Minister of Youth, Empowerment, Development and Vocational Training. Our deepest condolences go to Mupamhanga as well.
Siyabona njalo ukuthi sidumbu sesifakwa emoteni ukuthi siyisiwe emathuneni National Heroes eka kwa fenotikalinga somulingazwa mubona pa TV ngweno chidumbu chomfi chikumunyamulwa chikumubigwa mu mota kuti chisengwe kuno lajikwa banolemetejwa bakabado nshingo nkulugulu kasa mukubuza usununguko lweshango ye Zimbabwe ngasikhangele isidumbu sikamoyi sisithwalwa sifekubekwa emoteni sisiya lapho muleni mathuneni National Heroes eka bakweso nkatilangide ilino imutumbi wasikofu Comrade Justin Mupamhanga wanyambulwa lino ukuthi ubigwe imumyota nkutolwa igwa maumbwe National Heroes eka ogo gubigwa ibalemegwa ibagajata imulimu imupati iguleta ilwangudugo antomwe akubona kuti chisa Zimbabwe chakazikana igwa anzira iligabotu Rumbi.
We are about to witness the beginning of the funeral procession to the National Heroes Eka for the burial. And I know that people in Harare will be witnessing this procession. There will be a convoy to the National Heroes Eka. And when they get to leave, we'll be expecting them to get to the National Heroes Eka, that is the National Shrine, in about 30 to 40 minutes.
Yebo okwamanje sikhangelele njalo abebuto ukuthi balungiselele isidumbu bese sithwalwa sisuswa emzini wakhe ku number 104 ku Grange ku Drew Road esigodlweni eHarare sisiyabekwa emathuneni National Heroes eka wathe sisibona abemuli babuthene labo ukuthi bakhokhele isidumbu sisiwa khonale National Heroes eka tilibwene bakweso ukuthi ichidumbu iwalino chalungisigwa ukuthi chinyampuke nkachitozya kumaumbwe National Heroes eka iwalino tilangide iba impuli ibanzubo Comrade Justin Mupamhanga ukuthi babone ukuthi ziriwenda igabotu izyonseni ukuthi babembabo ibatazulule nkawo nangwa iwagalego igomambwe National Heroes eka kwa fenota bona makamu ondaji mfi Justin Mupamhanga ngweno beka tungamira kuti betungamire chidumbu chisengwa ku makumbu National Heroes eka ba abo kwa feno tikumulingira akale kuti undaji unu wakabado nshingo nkulugulu kasa tiwa akale kuti mugolere 1975 beri ku chikolo chi University of Rhodesia bakasiya zolaijwa zwabo bekabatana na bamwe bezanla kuti be banchi akale mukubuza lusununguko lweshango ye Zimbabwe bekaenda koga mushule mokulwana bakapionsha juti begwirire akale kuwondo kuti begwirire uchikolo bo pejisa zolaijwa zwabo Rumbi.
Yes, Wengani, so much to celebrate a comrade like that and a man who was filled with a lot of integrity, and his bravery is some of the things that we kindly remember today, and it will motivate and inspire us for years to come, decades to come, centuries to come. So we're looking at the history of the late national hero Comrade Justin Mupamhanga, who was born on the 1st of March in 1953. The veteran of the liberation struggle sacrificed his studies, like you heard earlier on, from Wengani and the then University of Rhodesia in 1975 to join Zimbabwe's thorn liberation struggle in Mozambique. And during this period, he held several crucial roles within Zimbabwe African National Union, ZANU, and ZANLA's Commissariat and Education Departments, contributing significantly to the movement's goal. So the late national hero's journey and public service began in 1983 when he joined the Economics Division of the President's Department, and his dedication and skills saw him rise speedily through the ranks. And by 1992, he was leading the division, and also he eventually assumed the role of Deputy Director of External Intelligence. We shall keep on giving you his history as the proceedings are underway. Bingani.
Ngaphambilini Rumbi sike sabona isidumbu sikamoya Comrade Justin Mupamhanga sisuswa emzini wakhe siqonda emathuneni eNational Heroes Eka. Sike sakhuluma Rumbi ukuthi le indoda eyayizimisele, indoda eqotho, sikhangela njalo ngokuzinikela kwakhe. Wachiya isikolo Rumbi ngo1975 waqonda wabambana labanye abezandla ukuthi ayephatha umsebenzi omkhulu okuletha inkululeko yelizwe leZimbabwe. Simbona ephatha izicoco ezehlukeneyo ukukhulumende njalo nxa sikhangela njalo ukuthi ibindoda ibezinikele Rumbi. Sikhangela njalo imisebenzi efana lokuthi waba lilunga labantu ababebona njalo ngokutholiswa kokudla ngesikhathi sisomiso ese El Nino. Rumbi vakabata basa mabasa akasiyana umuntu wakazvipira kuita mabasa akasiyana vakabata basa vari mu task force yaiona nekuunzwa kwechibage nechimwe chekudya zvichitera El Nino mu zvikamu zvakasiyana. Tungamiri valebereka akarevati yoyu wakabeli unulume wakabata unshingo kulugurukasa tiringa kwa feno kuti chidumbu chanyamuka kuva kunzi wabo pe number 104 Grange Drive kwakaleko mu road muna Drew Road mu Harare chinanga kwakaleko ku ono vigwa akale vakabuza rusununguko rweshango leZimbabwe navakabata unshingo unkulwana mu shango leZimbabwe nakale nokubona kuti shango leZimbabwe lyagajikana nemishingo yabo irosiyana Rumbi.
Exactly. We continue seeing that the convoy is on its way to the National Heroes Eka, the National Shrine, and people can actually see the body of the late comrade, that is Comrade Justin Mupamhanga, because it's visible. It's in a transparent glass that is that's where the casket is, and we see people who are actually watching and also witnessing this.
Kwafeno tiringa kwafeno kuti chidumbu chomfi Comrade Justin Mupamhanga chava kungumba okwabo talinga kale chidumbu chinyamurwa kuva kunzi wabo ku 104 Grange muna Drew ku Grange kwafeno vakumupinda pozuntolozo kuchisipiti chidumbu chikananga kwakale koti bwenoti vanhu vasvika kale kumakumbu National Heroes Eka sozo mungweni pe TV chidumbu ngweno changwina mungwagwa chikananga kwa feno chinanga kumakumbu ngweno tukumupinda pe roundabout ye pe chisipiti chikananga kumakumbu National Heroes Eka. Rumbi.
Yes, we have actually witnessed the body being taken from his residential home, that is Comrade Justin Mupamhanga's home in Grange, that is on 105 Drew Road. And we have witnessed the convoy coming through from Grange, and it's on its way to the National Heroes Eka. And we hope that the nation today will be able to give him a solemn and dignified burial ceremony as we get to remember the extraordinary life and legacy of our national hero. Bengani.
Yebo Rumbi ugatesi isidumbu sisemgwaqeni uComrade Mnangagwa Road siqonde emathuneni National Heroes Eka. Abantu sebebuthene ekhonale emathuneni National Heroes Eka. Ugatesi sizalehambisa emathuneni National Heroes Eka lapho okulo Ian Vambe. Ian.
Justin Mupamhanga, who passed on the 22nd of January 2025. And of course, by the time he passed on, we were actually here at the National Heroes Eka as we were seeing the burial of the three late National Heroes Eka, the three late National Heroes right here at the National Heroes Eka. My name is Ian Vambe. Of course, we'll be giving you proceedings as they happen live. Now we can see the body of the late national hero moving towards the National Heroes Eka, where of course he will be laid to rest today. And of course, when you talk of Comrade Justin Mupamhanga, a lot that we need to interrogate and understand, of course, the richness of his history, the work he has done, and how committed he was to save Zimbabwe. And of course, the man was born in Mashonaland East Province. Now we talk of him moving on to Mashonaland Central, where of course he grew up, attended primary school back in 1960 at Nyakasikana Primary School. And you know, the Nyakasikana name speaks to another daughter of the soil, that is Mbuya Nehanda. Nyakasikana Primary School is where he did his primary primary education, and then moved on to Penalonga and attended his secondary school at St. Augustine's, where of course he learned until he finished, and then proceeded to the University of Rhodesia, back then as it was known, and now it is the University of Zimbabwe, but he proceeded to the University of Rhodesia, and later on he moved on from the university. That's when during that time we witnessed the murder or the assassination of Comrade Herbert Chitepo, and of course students' activism was very rampant at the University of Rhodesia then, and he, with among other students, were protesting against such inhuman act of the assassination, and they were speaking against such obviously a white dominated rule, white colonial rule, and at the university that's where his political career actually began effectively. And then they decided to leave the university, went to Highfield, and when you talk of Highfield, it is a home where all the nationalism spirit is actually home to, and in Highfield they then mobilized themselves, left for Mozambique for training in a Pali Villa, which is now known as Chimoyo, to attend liberation training, where of course he, with other students who had left the University of Zimbabwe, went through training, became very instrumental in terms of ensuring that there is a lot happening in terms of resource mobilization, in terms of food distribution. And of course Comrade Mupamhanga is also accredited for organizing the release of foodstuff that were confiscated by a provincial chair in Manica province of Mozambique, and of course he then had to see that being released. And now, to understand further, we're joined by more and more guests coming through. Now we're joined by the Deputy Speaker to further unpack and help us understand Comrade Mupamhanga. Ma'am, good morning to you and thank you so much for joining us.
Good morning. Baba Mupamhanga vanga vari gamba rakarwira rusununguko rweZimbabwe kuti tiwanike nhasi tine rusununguko rwatinarwo. Mumwe wevamwe vakasiya chikoro panzira vakaenda kunorwira rusununguko rweZimbabwe. Baba vaMupamhanga ranga riri denhe roruzivo, tichirarama navo muupenyu. Rimwe remakore takaenda kwavari isu semadzimai, tiri bandiko remadzimai. Tasvika kwavari tanga tine zvaitinetsa, zvakanga zvaita mazuva tichitenderera misoro, tichitadza kuziva kuti tinozvifambisa sei. Asi tataura navo, takabva ipapo tanzwa kurerukirwa, nokuti vakabva vatirairidza kuti endai monoita zvakati, monoita zvakati, monoita zvakati. Muzvinhu zvakawanda zvakasiyana siyana zvinoenderana nedevelopment, vaMupamhanga vanga vaine ruzivo rwakanyanya rwakapinza, rwokuti vanhu vakawanda vanga vasingazvizive nokuda kwokuti vaive munhu akanyarara. Asi kune vanhu vakataura navo, kune vanhu vakaenda kwavari vanobvumirana nezvandiri kutaura nhasi, kuti raive denho roruzivo, vaiziva muzvinhu zvakawanda. Isu kuMarch Central Province ndakamirira Women's League sezvo ndiri chairwoman. Tarasikirwa semadzimai nokuti munhu aikwanisa kushanda nesu mumaprojects mune zvakawanda zvataiti takaenda kwavari taidzoka tiine mhinduro, tichiziva kuti kubva pano tave kuendapa, tichifamba takadai nokuda kweruzivo rwavanga vakatakura vaMupamhanga. Tarasikirwa zvikuru.
Deputy Speaker, tichiri ipapo, imi chamunoti chamakanyanya kudzidza semunhu, semutungamiri, chamunoti ichi ndicho chandinoti ndakatarisa vaMupamhanga nhasi ndiro shoko ravakandisiya, ndodzidziso huru yandakasara nayo. Ndeipi yamasara nayo pazuva ranhasi?
Kuna vaMupamhanga ini ndakadzidza kuti munhu kana uri mutungamiri wevanhu, ive sezvinotaurwa kana napresident vedu kuti be a servant leader. VaMupamhanga vanga vari a servant leader, vanga vasingazvitutumadze, vanga vasingataridze kuti ndinoziva, vanga vasingati vakasvika panzvimbo voti ndiri mutungamiri. Vaiti vakasvika panzvimbo vanomirira kuti imi kana mavaziva kuti ndivo vasvika mozovapa pekugara, kwete kuti vakuudzei kuti ndakamira ndakazodai ndakadai. Vanga vari munhu akazvininipisa, anozvideredza, anomirira kuti vanhu mumuti vasvika regai tivapewo chigaro, kwete kuti vanosvika vachizviti ndini ndakazenge ndakadai. Kwete, ndakadzidza kuzvininipisa kubva pane vaMupamhanga.
Tichitarisa kuruzhinji rweZimbabwe ruri pano, Deputy Speaker, mashoko api amungati Zimbabwe ingadzidza pamabasa akaitwa naVaMupamhanga kuti vadiki vari kutoona vari kudzimba vagodzidzawo from zvaiitwa nehiro ratiri kuradzika muzuva ranhasi?
Ngatidzidzei kushingirira. Ndofunga kana muri kuzvinzwa muri kutaurirwa muchinzi vaMupamhanga vakaita stroke muna 2006. asi havana kugara kumba kuti ini ndave kurwara ndave kugara kumba. Vaikamina vachienda kubasa zuva nezuva vachishandira nyika yeZimbabwe. Saka mumwe nemumwe ngatizvibvunzei kuti zuva rakabuda rakadoka chawaita chinoendesera Zimbabwe mberi ndechipi, sezvaitwa navaMupamhanga vaisamirira kuti ini ndiri munhu ava kurarama neurema saka handingashande. Vakashanda mabasa akawanda vachirarama neurema. Saka izvozvo zvinhu zvinotidzidzisa isu tose kuti ngatidei nyika yedu, ngatishandirei nyika yedu inge ichienderera mberi. Ngatisatarisai kuti vamwe vari kudii ko iwe uri kudii.
Deputy Speaker, tinokutendai nemashoko enyu nekuya kuzoshare nemhuri yeZimbabwe pano. Tinoti zvakare nematambudziko nekushayikirwa negamba.
Aiwa, matambudziko ndeedu tese, tarasikirwa zvikuru, tiri kuchema kunyanya isu vekuMarch Central nekuti hapana svondo tabva pano tichiradzika zverimwe gamba. Uyezve kana takatarisa magamba vari kuenda iko zvino ndivo vacho vatanga tichiti vane ruzivo rwokuziva kuti nyika yedu yeZimbabwe yakauya sei. Saka isu tiri kushushikana nekurasikirwa kuti zvino takasara ruzivo irworwo tichazorwanepi. Ini ndinongoti dai zvaigona iko zvino ndofunga yasvika nguva yekuti dai ruzivo rwese vane ruzivo ivavo vachiita ruzivo irworwo rwupinde muzvinyorwa kuitira vachauya mangwana. Nokuti makada kutarisa pese panozi gamba rashayika, takauya pano takapiwa maobituary tichiverenga nhoroondo yegamba, munoona nhoroondo iyo yakapfuma, asi kana tichirarama navo hatisi kuzviziva. Saka yasvika nguva iko zvinodai nhoroondo idzodzo dzachiisa muzvinyorwa tagona kupemberera magamba edu vari vapenyu kwete kuzovapemberera vasisipo. Mazvita.
Tinotenda Deputy Speaker. Of course, the Deputy Speaker of the Parliament of Zimbabwe, as you can hear, she explaining the role that writing down our history plays in as far as ensuring that we do get to keep our rich history. And of course, you remember that we always give you the live parliamentary sessions that she usually chairs in the National Assembly. And of course, she spoke highly of the late national hero, his dedication, and how much he was a storage for wisdom for those who wanted to understand issues around development decisions to make. Humility was what underlined the men we are celebrating today. And she also highlighted on the importance of celebrating our national heroes when they are still living, not to wait until they die, then we begin to sing their songs. And of course, here you can tell that from the background, thousands have come to celebrate and say farewell to the son of the soil, the late national hero. And as we speak, you can hear from the background, Vavu is singing and praising God for the life that Comrade Mupamhanga lived. And of course, he was a member of the United Methodist Church in Zimbabwe. And of course, he was attending, as we witnessed yesterday, there was a church service at the Methodist Church in Maubra where many came, they testified, they gave evidence of what exactly was being done by this man. And of course, when you talk more and more and more in terms of what has been done going forward, Zimbabweans need to learn from this man we are talking about. And of course, before we had that interview with the Deputy Speaker of Parliament, I was explaining the history and what the man did until Zimbabwe got its independence. That he was key as just after attending his training in Chimoio, Manica province of Mozambique, where of course he became key and instrumental in negotiating deals, one of which is popular for was when he was negotiating for the release of foodstuff that were confiscated by the administrator in Manica province, and this was distributed among those who were being trained to become armed liberation struggle fighters. And Comrade Mupamhanga was one of those who then assumed the leadership position instantly as he was coming through, ensuring that he gets to see those deals going through. And Comrade Mupamhanga was then nicknamed Comrade Top 10, in which his colleagues during the war, in the government, those who worked with him after independence, continue to say he was a man who was talented in so many. They called him Comrade Top 10. And upon returning from the liberation struggle in 1983, he joined the government, and of course beginning his journey in the public service, and he started in the president's department, where he was of course leading in that particular department. And later on in 1992, only 9 years later, he then saw himself being elevated to become the deputy chief secretary. And of course, the role that he held over many years in ensuring that he gets to lead by example and also showcase to Zimbabweans what it means when it comes to working for the nation. And this is what Comrade Mupamhanga was all about, people from Machonaland Central have been testifying the role he also played in development work for the province, for the schools, for the health sector, road infrastructure, that what the men we are celebrating today was doing in Machonaland Central Province. And now that's what Zimbabweans have come here to, of course, celebrate the works that he did for the country. Like we always say, like they say in Shona, the adage, Mabasa ako anogutera. Surely you can see, you can testify, Zimbabweans have come in their numbers celebrating the life of the late national hero. And you can see banners being lifted, celebrating the men we are celebrating, and you can see the top 10s being lifted by those who have come to bid farewell to the late national hero, Comrade Justin Mupamhanga. And we are giving you more and more proceedings, and of course as they happen, and the acting president, that is Dr. Chiwenga, is expected to preside over the burial of the late national hero, whom we also seen last week presiding over the burial, the triple burial of the heroes that happened on the 22nd of January, where we also lost the life of the late national hero, Comrade Justin Mupamhanga, and today he will be laid to rest here at the National Heroes Eka. And like I was saying, that he was a member of the Methodist Church in the United Methodist Church. That's why Vavui are also coming to say goodbye, to say farewell to the son of the soil. And of course, to continue more in terms of the life that this man lived, Comrade Mupamhanga, he was, like we said, a leader who was necessitating that there is so much being done on the development side. Like we said, post-independence, the life that he was living, Comrade Mupamhanga, he then became, on 1983, he joined the President's Department in the Economics Division, ensuring that the country's economy is on the right trajectory. And of course, he led that with wisdom, with the training, and exemplary leadership that we have. And we've also heard from the Deputy Speaker that he was a servant leader. And like we said, in 1992, he was appointed the head of Economics Division just after 9 years after joining the division. Of course, in 1994, he was appointed Minister Consular in London. 1997, serving in various capacities, where he was called back home, and whilst he was still in the UK, he obtained a Master's in Business Administration at Middlesex University. And then after a 4-year tenure, he was recalled to Zimbabwe again to revitalize the economics division in the President's Department, the office that he loved so much, and the office that he did so much for, to ensure that the country's economy, the economic pillars will continue to thrive. And of course, we have seen him working tirelessly in that particular office. And Comrade Mupamhanga was part of a major task force, of course, including the late, you remember, Marshal Perens Shiri, Major General Ahmad Jingombe, and they were tasked to import maize, of course, to avert a famine. When you talk about the 90s, those who know this will tell you there was a drought in 1992, which of course resulted in a lot of other issues, and the government had to intervene. And Comrade Mupamhanga played a key role in ensuring that they import maize, and they also develop measures to ensure that Zimbabwe will live beyond the drought. Talking of drought, we are just coming from the El Nino induced drought effects, and of course the Zimbabwe becomes key in ensuring now we do have to be food self-sufficient. The works that we of course are done by Comrade Mupamhanga. We will continue to give you more and more of these updates as we commemorate and celebrate the life of the late national hero right here at the National Heroes Eka. For now, we take you back to our pocket studios where Bengani Ngove is on standby.
Tiboka Ian uko kumakumbu National Heroes Eka elebereka nabamwe banu nasi lilijuba igulwana lukulajikwa kondo ndolusununguko Comrade Justin Mupamhanga tilinga akale ntungamiri weshango bachiro bata chibola cho ntungamiri weshango abana bayebo General Retired Constantino Dominic Govea Nyikadzino Chiwenga ndibo bakumulingwa kuti abana otungamirwa bulongwa bokulajikwa kondo ndolusununguko kwa feno tikumulinga kale kuti imota inane chidumbu ikumukwenda ngweno ikananga kwa kale ku National Heroes Eka kwa feno ba munasamura Machel bekananga kwa kale ko babulo swika perione Belvedere talinga kale kuti banu balungulula umfi sono wakazubata nenzira inozudereja sono wakazubata nenzira inotondeja kuti wakabeda kubuza lusununguko lweshangule Zimbabwe eshinga nesimba zusineni nokuti bakaba alwala abakatiwa stroke koga bakandira mberi beshinga nesimba chidumbo chikumukwenda kumushure monsha jumfupi bano basika kumakumbo ya National Heroes Eka bano zusineni nokuti kungana ivula bano balubungana ku National Heroes Eka zutondeja kuti mishingo yabo mibodo yabatobera rumbi.
Yes, great history there, Vengai, being shared, and as people are gathered at the National Heroes Eka, where they are assembled to pay their last respect to our late national hero, Comrade Justin Mupamhanga, a true trailblazer for pursuit of justice, peace, and he served the nation in quite a number of aspects. What a career trajectory that he has. And as we witnessed the convoy coming through from Grange at his residential home, it passed through former Enterprise Road, which is now called Emerson Mnangagwa Road, and turned into Samura Machel. And as we can see, the convoy, the procession is now in Belvedere, and in about 5 minutes, they should be getting to the National Heroes Eka, and we expect people from all walks of life to come through for this event. We have people that are actually singing and celebrating. We've got church choirs that are on standby also to entertain, speeches that are going to come through from the ministry, from the government, and from relatives as well. And also, there's going to be the laying of wreaths, a lot to expect from the National Heroes Eka, and gun salutations as well. Yes, indeed, the weather today is a bit cloudy, and these days it can just rain anytime, so you have to be prepared.
Rumbi namhlanje abantu esibabona emathuneni National Heroes Eka baveza sobala ukuthi uComrade Justin Mupamhanga ube indoda enjani. Sikhangelile njalo sezwa ngembali kamoya, nxa sikhangela njalo kumabona kude sibona njalo ukuthi umsekeli kamongameli welizwe ukene retired Kembo Mhadi la sefikile ngaphambilini sike sabona umgcinisihlalo webandla lezano PF abuye njalo abe ngumphathintambo obona ngezomvikela uComrade Ophamchinguri Kashiri laye usefikile ekubekeni kweqhawe lesizwe. Sikhangela njalo ukuthi uComrade Mupamhanga waphatha msebenzi bani. Sibona njalo ukuthi wayikhokhela kuhlandla lezenotho ngomnyaka obo-1980s. Sikhangela njalo ukuthi waphatha umsebenzi omkhulu ekubutheleleni uqokeleleni ukudla ngesikhathi sesomiso ese-El Nino. Sikhangela njalo ukuthi ngemva kokuthi umsebenzi uComrade Mupamhanga waqhubekela phambili ephatha umsebenzi. Sibona njalo ukuthi ilunga elikhulu leboard yekuvimba ongumsebenzi omkhulu ayewuphatha kungenani lokuthi wengasasebenzi. Sibona njalo isidumbu sikaMuyi sesifinyelela eduzane lamathuna National Heroes Eka. Sikhangela njalo ukuthi umsekeli kamongameli welizwe ukane retired Kembo Mhadi ubingelela abebutho esefikile emathuneni National Heroes Eka. Namhlanje okhangelelwe ubeka khona iqhawe lesizwe. Sikhane njalo ukuthi ozakhokhela lumkhosi lolu hlelo ngosaphethe isikhundla sikamongameli welizwe uGeneral Retired Constantino Dominic Gouveia Nyekadzino Chiwenga. Sibona njalo ukuthi ukhuluma lomlawuli weZimbabwe Defense Forces uGeneral Philip Valerio Sibanda. Abantu babuthene bathe gwaqa banengi vanhu vajere rumbi zutondeja mishingo mibuyanana yakabatwa nomfi Comrade Justin Mupamhanga. Ibantu baza muwingi babo nkabatobela imilimo imiboto imilimo imipati yakajatwa Comrade Justin Mupamhanga rumbi.
And to add on to that, Wengani, we also note that he was also a humble father. His son actually alluded to the fact that he was a humble father. And he once mentioned that he once, during a drive to the farm, made 103 phone calls to check on his friends and relatives. So much humility coming through from a man of high stature in life and in Zimbabwe. And we see a lot of people that are gathered there at the National Heroes Eka, high delegates. We also see Dr. Masuka there, a lot of people there. We also see the Minister of Information, Publicity and Broadcasting Services, Comrade Jennifer Muswere.
Yebo Rumbi, sikhangela njalo ukuthi iziphathamandla sezithe kwaqa njalo zimelele ukubekwa kweqhawe lesizwe lokufika kwesidumbu ikaMuyi Comrade Justin Mupamhanga. Ukhulumile Rumbi wachaza ukuthi uMuyi ube indoda ezehlisayo, ikakhulu sizwile izolo ngesikhathi kuqhutshwa inkonzo yokuvalisana lo Muyi. Abanye ababephatha laye abazalwane bakhe bamchaze besithi ube indoda ebizehlisa ukuthi ungasokucabangele ukuthi ngumuntu okwaphatha izicoco ezinjalo kuhulumende. Abanye ababehlabela laye abavubi bamchaze njengendoda eyayizehlisa, indoda eyahamba izehlisa iziveza ukuthi ungumuntu osebenzela uZulu. Sikhokela phambili njalo asilibisela njalo emathuneni eNational Heroes Eka lapho okulo Ian khona.
Yes, we are still live from the National Heroes Eka as you await for the arrival of the body that you can see in your pictures that is slowly moving towards the final place, that is the National Heroes Eka, where the late comrade Mupamhanga will be laid to rest. And as we speak, the body, as you can see from your pictures, moving slowly towards the National Heroes Eka. And of course, we will continue to understand more, to unpack into those who worked with the late national hero, what sort of a man he was and what carried out, what was standing out in his work ethics as he worked from 1983 until his retirement in 2019. And of course, to understand more now, we are joined by ZANU-PF National Political Commissar, Comrade Machacha, who worked together with the late national hero at the commissariat, and we want to understand what sort of a person he was. Machacha, tinotanga nekuti nematambudziko marasikirwa negamba shamwari yamakashanda nayo. Vanga vari munhu akaita sei mubasa ramakashanda nawo mese muri kucommissariat?
Comrade Mupamhanga vaizika mwanguva yechimurenga saComrade Top 10 vanga vari munhu munyoro anofara navamwe, anoshandidzana navamwe zvakanaka, anoda kuti basa romusangano rienderere mberi. Iye pachake anga ari munhu ane pfungwa dzakadzika dzakadzama, aive an intellectual, aikwanisa kubatsira muzvinyorwa zvemusangano zvokudzidzisa gwara romusangano. Ini ndakasangana naye pachikoro cheWampuwa chakazenge chakunzi Chitepo School of Ideology, ari one of the students, akapedzisirawo ava one of the lecturers pachikoro ipapo pamwe chete neni. Vamupamhanga vanga vaine nyota yokutsvaka ruzivo, yekutsvaka kunzwisisa ideology yomusangano, the socialist ideology yomusangano, uye vaive munhu aive nechiono kana kuti analysis and predictive analysis yokuti zvinhu kana zvadai zvinonosvika papi zvinogona kupedzisira zvamira sei. Saka takava nenguva yakanaka navo tiri nguva yehondo. Vadzoka, he continued to work achishandira hurumende mune zvakawanda zvaakakwanisa kusumudzira mukati mehurumende, kuintelligence kwaakatanga nako, achizovewo secretariat yehurumende, akalidha sasecretary kuMinistry of Energy, akavawo akapiwa basa recommand agriculture rakapedza nzara munyika rikasumudzira productivity yemaize muno inova ndiyo staple food yedu kuti isvike ku over 1.2 million metric tons of maize panguva yake yaanga achitungamira. Saka munhu asiya legacy yakasimba mupati, muhurumende uye nemunyika maanga achibatsirana nemacommunities.
Tinoti nematambudziko zvakare, asi zvamungada kuti Zimbabwe idzidze kubva kune gamba ratiri kuradzika nhasi, zvii zvamungada kuti vadzidze pamabasa ese amatsanangura akabatwa naVamupamhanga?
Ini chandingada kuti vanhu vadzidze ndechekukoshesa musangano wedu weZANU-PF, Revolutionary Party yeZANU-PF, uye kukoshesa gwara romusangano kuti aiwa gwara iri ndiro rakasunungura nyika, ndiro rativakira nyika kusvika pari nhasi, ndiro rinoita kuti mwana wega wega weZimbabwe akwanise kuwana kodzero dzakazara access to education, access to health, infrastructure kuti ivakwe kudai. Igwara rimwe chete iroro reZANU-PF rinova ranga richishambadzwa zvikuru nemushakabvu vaMupamhanga kuti ngatiteverei gwara iri, ndiro rinoita kuti nyika yedu ipfume, ndiyo inoita kuti vanhu vedu vapfume.
National Peace tokutendai nekuva pano mungasunga zvenyu kunova nevamwe venyu muchirangarira gamba ratinaro mukati mezora nhasi richaradzikwa pano. That was the ZANU-PF National Political Commissar, Comrade Machacha, explaining what sort of a person that the late national hero we are burying today was, and explains that he was determined to see the country go forward. He was determined to eradicate hunger and poverty in the country, and of course a man who was also part and parcel of the task force that was there to ensure that Pfumvudza becomes a success. And of course, when you talk about such, we know we are speaking to those who love our food security, a message that the Second Republic is always emphasizing. And as you can speak here at the National Heroes Eka, all is set as we wait for the arrival of the body of the late national hero. We have seen a lot of our government officials, the ministers coming on board to ensure they do get to pay their last respect to the late national hero, Comrade Mupamhanga. And remember that the acting president, Dr. Chiwenga, is expected to preside over the burial of the late national hero. And to further understand the man we are mourning today, we are now joined by his daughter, who of course we want to understand what sort of a father he was. He was a father to the nation, but of course he was still a father at home. Now we are joined by his daughter, and our condolences on the passing on of Mr. Mupamhanga.
Aonekwa inini ndiri mwana wa Mupamhanga, ndinonzi Aubetina Mupamhanga. I would like to thank the nation of Zimbabwe for supporting us in this event. It's not an event yekuti we are handling it easy. Mourning our father is a difficult moment. Our father was a mentor to all of us. He was a good listener. Vanga vari baba vekuti kunyange ukaita problem wanga wasinga hesitate kuenda kwavari. Vanga vari baba vane rudo. Vanga vari baba vaigona kumira nesu even panguva dzekuomerwa chaidzo. Inini semwana wavo ndinonzwa kuremerwa pazuva ranhasi ndichitaura parufu pababa vangu, nekuti baba vanga vari munhu akandidzidzisa kushinga. Pese pandainzwa misodzi yangu kuda kuchema, baba vangu vaisvika pakundiudza kuti comrade, you are a fighter, don't cry. Comrade, you don't have to cry, soldier on. Zvinova zvakandishingisa muupenyu hwangu. Ndaiti ndikadedza baba ndakaremerwa ndikataura navo, ndaibvapo ndakusekerera nekuti vanga vari munhu aindipa advice yaivaka. Baba vangu vari munhu aitikurudzira kushanda. Vanga vari munhu aisapota even maprojects atinoita mukudzimba kwedu kumisha. Vaikupa kadi kuti mwanangu swaipa feed yehuku, uri kuda kuitei, usagarire maoko. Empowerment yavaitipa isusu sevana kusvika patiri nhasi takugona kuzvimiririra. Ndiri kunzwa kuremerwa. Ndongoti baba zororai murugare. Chiba kutenda makomrades ese ari pano nesapoti yamatipa vese vari pano, ungano yese ndinokutendai. Chiti baba zororai murugare.
Aubetina zvakare none matambudziko tinokutenda nekuuya kuzokurukura nesu pano paZBC News. And of course, we are hearing from the daughter of the late national hero explaining that we have lost the men that nurtured these young children, of course, to be what they are today. And speaks to what he was doing at national level, he was also doing back home. It says that he was a man who was dedicated to see empowerment of the young people, for them to do various projects. She also mentioned that they were given money, resources to do poetry, and now you know the government is doing so much to support young people who are into projects, self-sufficient projects, and through the Empower Bank, of course, ensuring that everyone gets to have at least an income or funding from the government. And we have seen so much being said along the lines of development, food security, that the work being done by the late national hero actually strived to see. And from here at the National Heroes Eka, people are still coming in their numbers, and singing is intensifying. It's becoming an atmosphere of celebrating the life of the late national hero. Less of mourning and more of celebrating, more of lessons of what he did for the country. And like I said, we've seen various government ministers arriving to make sure that they do get to pay their last respect to the late national hero, Comrade Mupamhanga. And acting president, Dr. Constantino Chiwenga, who preside over the burial of the late national hero. And he was here last week. He also spoke of the importance of the nationalism spirit to make sure that Zimbabweans work for the development of their country, as it was laid as an example of those three national heroes who were laid to rest last week. And of course, we have heard already the same spirit in the life of Comrade Mupamhanga, how much he was dedicated to develop the nation, to ensure that agriculture becomes what we call an economic backbone right here in Zimbabwe, and that the country attains again its status of a breadbasket for Africa, ensuring that we get to provide food for the region. And the people who are commenting, those who worked with him, family members, church members, speak of him as a man who was loving, a man who was dedicated to ensure that the country does not go back, but the economic prosperity develops. And remember that during his history, we also spoke about his stint in the UK, where he was, of course, assigned by the government. He was recalled to lead the economics division right here in Zimbabwe, especially within the agricultural sector. And we've heard that his leadership also saw the ensuring that the success of a Fumbudza into Asa program. He was also part and parcel of the committee ensuring that this will happen and it becomes a success that we celebrate so much today. And Comrade Mupamhanga was also part and part of the leadership that saw major projects, including the Tugi Mukusi Dam that we celebrate today as some of the major strides for the Second Republic. Comrade Mupamhanga was also instrumental in ensuring that this project becomes a success. And like I said, as we speak, we are just waiting for the arrival of the body of the late national hero, Comrade Justin Hugh Mupamhanga, who will be laid to rest here today at the National Heroes Acre. Like I said, the atmosphere and the crowds are getting much more, and people are still coming through as they are waiting for the arrival of the body, as well as the other government officials and dignitaries who are coming through to ensure they do get to celebrate the life of the late national hero. When you also heard from the deputy speaker at provincial level, that is Mashonaland Central Province, speaking of the province that has lost so much in terms of wisdom, in terms of understanding the party doctrine, how much ZANU-PF strives to develop the country, was cascaded down to provinces, to districts, and eventually to cell level. And Comrade Mupamhanga was a leader who was showcasing what it means to be leading at provincial level in Mashonaland Central Province, where he hails from. And the Deputy Speaker of Parliament spoke of how much he was also venturing into Women's League and ensuring that they do get to learn, appreciate, understand what is being done as we continuously develop the country in all other trajectories. And of course, today all those are coming on board to say farewell to the son of the soil, Comrade Justin Mupamhanga. And we will continue to speak to more and more guests who will be coming through right here as we want to understand those who knew him personally, those who worked with him over time, how much of a man he was. And we've heard that his nationalism spirit dates back to the days of University of Rhodesia, where together with other colleagues they were uprising against the assassination of Comrade Herbert Chitepo. That was the birth of the nationalistic spirit in him. And upon that demonstration, they regrouped in Highfield. Of course, we know when you talk of Highfield, like I said earlier on, it is the home of nationalism, the spirit of all the freedom fighters, the spirit of all the musicians who then continue to sing about the liberation struggle actually comes from Highfield. And that's when he got that spirit crossed to Mozambique, to Chimoio in Manica province, where he attained training and ensuring that all the trainees, all the recruits who were coming through to learn and to be equipped to continue and join others in fighting for the country, who actually had adequate resources. He was key and instrumental in ensuring that resources were distributed. He was key and instrumental in ensuring that more and more people were crossing over and ensuring they do get to have their training. Such a man that we celebrate today, Comrade Mupamhanga. And at the National Heroes Acre, we are just waiting for the arrival of his body, and we will see the proceedings. But for now, we take you back to our pocket studios to Benganingowe.
ye Sapolo Zimbabwe and labo abasanda kusixhuma sikhona ku ZBC TV lapho esilitshengisa khona uhlelo lokungcwaba weqhawe lesizwe uComrade Justin Mupamhanga obhubhe mhla ziku-22 Zibandlela 2025 ebhubhela esibhedlela se-Arundel Clinic ngemva kokugula ngomkhuhlane wetshukela kanye le-BP. Sikhangela njalo ukuthi lindoda ibindoda emadodeni, indoda eqotho, indoda eyasebenza ngokuzikhandla. Ngaphambilini sike sabona isidumbu sikaMuyi sivela emzini wakhe ku104 eGrange siqonda emathuneni National Heroes Eka. Sikhuluma kanje isidumbu sesifikile khona emathuneni, sike sabona iziphathamandla kuhulumende sezifikile njalo. Umsekeli kamongameli welizwe uKennel retired Comrade Kembo Muhadi usekhona laye. Sikhulumele njalo ukuthi namhlanje lindoda kulabantu abazikhulumele ezinengi ezikhulumileyo zechaza umuyi njengendoda emadodeni. Sike sazwa njalo uComrade Machacha emchaza njengendoda emadodeni, umntanakhe indodakazi yakhe imchaze njengendoda eyayizehlisa, indoda eyasebenza ngokusikhandla. Sikhangelwe njalo ukufika akalowo osaphethe isikhundla sikamongameli welizwe General Retired Constantino Dominic Gouveia Nyikadzino Chiwenga, onguye ozakhokhela lumkhosi wokubekwa weqhawe lesizwe. Sikhuluma kanje sibona amabona kude njalo isidumbu sika Comrade Justin Mupamhanga sesifikile. Chidumbu chomfi Comrade Justin Mupamhanga chaswika kwa feno uyoko kwa chichano lajikwa rumbi nasim.
Indeed, Vengani, and now at the National Heroes Eka, which is our revered shrine, the pride of the people of Zimbabwe, a symbol of bravery and selflessness for those whose remains are laid to rest there. This is where the late Comrade Justin Mupamhanga will be buried today, and we expect the acting president, that is Dr. Constantino Chiwenga, to be presiding over this burial ceremony. Like we said earlier on before, there's a lot to expect today. Speeches, laying of wreaths, gun salutations, paying last tribute to the late national hero. And we can see that people already gathered waiting for the proceedings to carry on. We witnessed the procession from Grange, that is 104 Drew Road in Grange, where the late Comrade Justin Mupamhanga resided, and they are now at the National Heroes Eka. So much coming through on our screens, and remember to also watch on our Facebook page, that is ZBC News Online, in case you missed out on other proceedings as we started broadcasting. This is a live broadcast, and we're coming to you live from the National Heroes Eka, where we are giving you updates on the burial of the late national hero. We heard from his daughter Albertina Mupamhanga saying that her father was actually a man of integrity, as he assisted them with empowering them for their projects and also guiding them and advising his children accordingly. Vengani.
Of the late national hero, Comrade Justin Mupamhanga, that is actually coming, and you can see, you can even feel from the background singing. Zimbabweans are celebrating, they are singing to welcome the late national hero to his final place of resting. And now you can see that all is set, and the body of the late national hero, Comrade Justin Mupamhanga, is arriving at the National Heroes Eka for its burial. And of course, the acting president, Dr. Constantino Chiwenga, will preside over the burial of Comrade Justin Mupamhanga, who has been described through his nickname Comrade Top 10 as a man who was dedicated to see Zimbabwe going forward, to eradicate poverty, to eradicate hunger in Zimbabwe. Such is a man who has been accorded the late who has been accorded a hero status as we celebrate his life. Now we are seeing from the pictures the arrival of the body and other senior government officials. Everyone is on their feet right here at the National Heroes Eka to show respect and how much we envy the works that the late national hero Comrade Mupamhanga did for Zimbabwe. And of course the government officials have come through, the ministers are here, speakers of parliament, members of parliament, senators as well are here to witness the burial of the late national hero Comrade Mupamhanga. And from your pictures you see the arrival of the body that will be laid to rest, and all those who are celebrating, waving flags, raising banners, singing. It's a sign to show the respect and also the envy and appreciate what has been done by Comrade Mupamhanga. We also had his description as a Comrade Top 10 nickname that he got during the liberation struggle, a man that also played a key role in ensuring that the Herbert Chitepo School of Ideology back then was also functional, and he was a lecturer together with colleagues that he also spoke to, that is Comrade Machacha, who also spoke of how much he was dedicated to see the country going forward, ensuring that the ideology of socialism through the Chitepo School of Ideology was trained into Zimbabweans, understanding what it takes for. And he also said that he urged all Zimbabweans to envy and to learn and to also do what the late national hero was showing in terms of the country's development, be it in any sector, in as far as it is economic development. Defending the country was the primary goal that we saw Comrade Mupamhanga showcasing, and we have had his daughter explaining his desire to see young people becoming better and better and better, providing resources for their projects, ensuring that they do get to know how to become independent, economic independence, and ensuring that we do get to start their own business. That's what the Comrade Machacha was saying, and also the daughter of the late national hero was explaining. And now you can see pictures of the body arriving, members waving, singing continuously as they celebrate the life of Comrade Mupamhanga. Now those who have got the task of ensuring that they will oversee the movement of the body from the vehicle it is now until to the place it will be laying during all the proceedings are now in position. Zimbabweans, if you are just joining us, this is the burial of the late national hero Comrade Mupamhanga. And let's now follow proceedings as we witness the disembarking of the body straight by the members of the Zimbabwe National Army as we are mourning a late national. Now let's follow proceedings as they happen live from the National Heroes Eka.
over 100 years of experience, you have made Doves the funeral assurance service provider of choice. We provide you with a range of funeral service solutions tailor-made to your needs and income for you to give your loved ones a dignified send-off. Take a Doves policy today and cover your family. Visit the Doves website or contact Doves via social media today to know about the affordable policies and services we offer that suit you. We are here to serve you and will always be for the ones you love.
Doves. We understand that life can be busy. That's why we have the Dove self-service portal to make your insurance experience as effortless as possible. With just a few clicks, you can apply for a new policy, manage an existing policy, make policy payments, and even apply for a loan, all from the comfort of your home. Visit the Dove self-service portal today and take control of your insurance experience. Doves, for the ones you love.
Peace of mind at an affordable
Zimbabwe, the Honorable General Retired Dr. C.G.D.N. Chiwenga and Amai Chiwenga. All protocols observed. Acting President, to take us through today's program, allow me to invite the Minister of Home Affairs and Cultural Heritage, Honorable Kazembe Kazembe. Honorable Minister, sir.
His Excellency, the President of the Republic of Zimbabwe, Head of State and Government, and Commander-in-Chief of the Zimbabwe Defense Forces, Comrade Dr. Emerson Dambudzo Mnangagwa in absentia. The Honorable Acting President of the Republic of Zimbabwe, General Retired Dr. C.G.D.N. Chiwenga and Amai Colonel M. Chiwenga. The Honorable Vice President, Colonel Retired K.C.D. Mohadi, the Minister of Defense and National Chairman of the ruling party ZANU-PF, Comrade O.C.Z. Muchinguri Kashiri, the Speaker of Parliament, Honorable Advocate J.F.N. Mudenda, the President of the Senate, Honorable M.M. Chinomona, Minister of State for Provincial Affairs and Devolution for the Harare Metropolitan Province, Honorable Senator Charles Tawengwa, Cabinet Ministers and Deputy Ministers here present, the Chief Justice, Honorable Luke Malawa, President of the National Chiefs Council, Honorable Senator Mchane Kumalo, members of the Politburo and Central Committee of the ruling party ZANU-PF, members of Parliament here present, members of other political parties here present, the Chief Secretary in the Office of the President and Cabinet, Dr. M. Bruce Wire, Chairman of the Public Service Commission, Dr. Vincent Hungwe, Commander of the Zimbabwe Defense Forces, General P.V. Sivanda, Service Chiefs here present, Your Excellencies, members of the Diplomatic Corps, the Mayor of the City of Harare, His Worship, Councillor Jacob Mafume, veterans of the liberation struggle, and senior government officials here present, distinguished guests, members of the Mupamhanga family, ladies and gentlemen, comrades and friends. The Honorable Acting President, it is said that we are here again, barely a week after we buried our beloved departed 3 national heroes. Today marks yet another sad day, as we have lost another exceptional and dedicated cadre, Comrade Justin Mupamhanga, who was known by his Chimurenga name as Top 10. Honorable Acting President, to start our proceedings, allow me to invite Reverend Razo to lead us in prayer. Reverend.
Honorable Acting President, General Retired Dr. C.D.G. N. Chiwenga, Namai, all protocol observed. I may read the scriptures. Psalms 91, verses 1 to 4. He who dwells in the shelter of the Most High will remain secure and rest in the shadow of the Almighty. I will say of the Lord, He is my refuge and my fortress, my God in whom I trust. For He will save you from the trap of the faller and from the deadly pestilence. He will cover you and completely protect you with His wings, and under His wings you will find refuge. His faithfulness is a shield and a wall. Dear brothers and sisters, trials that we face, God is our refuge and our strength. The text above encourages us all to dwell in the Lord's presence and be connected with Him. For the Lord our God is our refuge. Our God desires to have a personal relationship with each one of us. God wants us to put our trust in Him. Mr. Justin Mupamhanga trusted God. He fought a good fight and he kept his faith right to the very end. He found refuge in God's hands. God is faithful to His word and to His promises. Let us all put our trust in God. He will help us. He is the present help in times of need. He will give us extra strength to overcome life challenges. When we trust Him, we are full of joy, for He will protect us.
Mr. Justin Mupamhanga, go well. In the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Amen. Let us bow our heads in prayer. O Father, we gather today with heavy hearts, yet with a spirit of faith, to celebrate the life of Justin Mupamhanga, a beacon of commitment, a beacon of faith, a beacon of love, and faithful servant in your church and in our country. We acknowledge your hand in his life and the countless souls he touched. May the love of God that surpasses all understanding be with his family, be with his folk, be with us all, from now and forever. Amen.
Wabasal.
Thank you. The Honorable Acting President, allow me now to invite a member of the Mupamhanga family to address the mourners. I will call upon the Deputy Minister of Youth Empowerment, Development and Vocational Training, who also is a Member of Parliament for Mandarwin South, Honorable Mupamhanga, who is a son to the late national hero, to address the mourners. Honorable Mupamhanga.
Allow me to recognize His Excellency, the President of the Republic of Zimbabwe, Comrade Dr. Emmerson Dambudzo Mnangagwa, and Amai in absentia. Allow me to also recognize the Acting President, the Honorable Vice President, Comrade CDGN Chiwenga, and Amai Chiwenga. Let me begin by thanking His Excellency, the President of the Republic, Comrade Dr. Mnangagwa, yourself, Honorable Vice President, as well as Honorable Vice President Mohadi, Honorable Mchinguri, for conferring this great honor on our father, Justin Hugh Mbombo Mupamhanga. Amai Mnangagwa visited him in hospital a few months ago with the hopes that he would get better, and also came to mourn with us at his house. Likewise, Acting President VP Chiwenga visited him while he was undergoing treatment outside the country, and once again came to mourn with us, with several high-ranking officials from various departments. Mupamhanga's friends, colleagues, former workmates descended upon our house to offer condolences and support us during this time. For that, we are truly grateful. The man we laid to rest today is a hero, not just for the Mupamhangas, but for the people of Zimbabwe. You see, you don't declare yourself a hero. Mabasa ako ndo anotungamira semaimbiro angachita wabvui. And this is a great honor. Today, I will not talk about Top 10's work history or his liberation activities, because I know that senior members here who worked with him probably know more than me. I won't talk about his achievements or his accolades. Today, I'll talk about Justin Mupamhanga, Comrade Top 10, the man. I'll talk about Justin, the father, the friend, and the devout Christian. Distinguished guests, Mupamhanga was a devout Christian, and we managed to witness his evolution over time. Karekaya, Msuesande, Baba, waenda nesu United Methodist pa Inner City Pie. Wapedza kutisiya ipapo, ukona nepaseri wenda kubawa. Asi, takaona, nekukura nekufamba kwenguwa. He joined the church. He became a Christian. He was a man who had continuous growth in his life. Today I will just give you a few fun facts about Justin Mupamhanga. The name Justin is the most popular name in the Mupamhanga clan. There's Chino Justin, who is my father's brother's son. There's Kumbirai Justin, my youngest brother, and several grandchildren called Justin. This was the impact this man had. Even my own brother has a son called Justin. My last born daughter is called Justin with an E at the end, because I had to make sure that we remember his name, that my children's children will remember his name. Earlier this week, when news broke of my father's passing, and as a family, takaungana, so that we planned, we all recognized that Justin Mupamhanga, comrade top 10, hongu ndibaba wedu, hongu mukoma, muningina, muzukuru. As this man was the property of the government of Zimbabwe, was the property of the ruling party, ZANU-PF. As such, we are not the only ones to lose here today. The community is lost and the nation is lost. Let me tell you that Mupamhanga did not like being called Mdara. Ukati Mdara, kuna Mupamhanga, depending on his mood, if he was in a good mood, he would respond, Uchadara o. Kana wanga wakatsamwa, waiti ina ndisi Mdara, ndinonzi baba, kana kuti daddy. During his working years, he was constantly on our backs as children to all those lives he touched, constantly pushing for people to excel in education, in anything that they did. He had respect for everyone. He didn't discriminate even on age or wealth. When, as we grew up and we became fathers, he stopped calling us by our first names. He started calling us Ana Baba Ilona, Ana Baba Zion, Ana Baba Makanaka. When I was appointed as a deputy minister, vaiti vakagara mumba vaibva vati ndidaidzirewo deputy minister. And he respected us so much that he would come to visit me. Even as a junior officer in the president's office, he would come, kubasa. He would actually go to lunch, to Garapasi, wotondibvunza kuti saka mati toita sei necropping yet this season. And I would be, it was strange to me. Kuti ivo warutobvunza inini? He lived a great life, and he had a rock of a wife. She was his rock, and she is our rock. Amai wedu nematambudziko. Moyo yenyu iyo, mudiwa wenyu uyo, azorora. The quietest man in the room, but his words had the loudest sounds. The last one to speak, but his words were the wisest. Waiti kana wakagara mumba, ukangonzwa wati, hello, it means that anyone aripa papo daira uya kuno. He lived a quiet life, and when he left us, he also went quietly. We don't want him to go, but he had to go. He was a friend, more than a father. Even when I went into politics to campaign, and he was Wanga Wachirwara, he still insisted to come on the campaign trail with me. He wouldn't do anything, he would just sit in the car. Listen. Pandaipedza speech nchidzoka, ovangati, all right, muendizvo, maakutaura manje. The truth is, colleagues, comrades and friends, this man is a hard man to follow. Emulating him is not an easy task. He's a rare breed, 1 in a million, par extraordinary. To the district of Mount Darwin, the Mashonaland province, Mashonaland Central province, and the nation of Zimbabwe at large, tinoti nematambudziko, tarasikirwa negamba. To my mother, I say, be easy, amai. Though Baba is gone, we were blessed with a wonderful time, and we will be there for you like he was always there for you. To Comrade Top 10, I say, go well, Baba. You will be dearly missed. Our hero, our champion. Ndichiti, moyo ndizvo, dewa, Fumaranda, vakadzi vavo mene, maZimbabwe, wakami wemkaka. Mwenda zvakanaka, Baba. I thank you.
Denga.
Tinotenda. Toda zvakare kutenda Deputy Minister wabva mukutaura. Maakutaura manje. Vataura nenyaya, our acting president, vataura nenyaya humility ya Mupamhanga ya top 10. Takanzwa our acting president mchitaura basa rakabatwa na Mupamhanga kuhondo musi wamauya kuGrange. Saka ndaizvifunga hangu ndikati murume uyu nekunyarara kwaanga akaita and how humble he was. Vakabata basa rese iri. Iye Mwari anoziva our acting president kuti rimwe basa haripiwe ana dzungumeni seni nevamwe vangu. Fungai dai ndirini nana Ziyambi nana Mswere neboys dzangu tiri takata basa iro shuwa maiti mhoresa nezvimiti kuti uya nechimuti chako wondimhoresa woenda nacho next. Iye Mwari anoziva. Ndichida kutora mukana uno our acting president kuti mawo veterans edu avo vakatisvitsa patiri tivarespectewo matinofamba umu. Vari humble, havazvitutumadze, asi basa ravakaita kuti iwe neni tive pano nhasi rakaoma. Ngativārumbidzei, ngativapei ruremekedzo nyangwe vari vapenyu. Nekuti kuti uwe pauri, ungave uri murimi, ungave uri minister, deputy minister, central committee, mukorokoza, muimbi, asi ziva kuti ruoko rwa top 10 rwaivepo. Ruoko rwemao veterans raivepo. Hallelujah. The Honorable Acting President, we are gathered here in sadness to lay to rest an illustrious son of the soil, Comrade Justin Mupamhanga, better known by his Chimurenga name as Comrade Top 10. The late national hero joined the Zimbabwe African Liberation Army ZANLA in 1975 in Mozambique, after sacrificing his studies at the University of Rhodesia. During the liberation struggle, Comrade Mupamhanga held key positions in ZANU and ZANLA, Commissariat and Education departments. Found and enduring love and a deep commitment to one's country that transcends professional roles. The Honorable Acting President, Comrade Justin Mupamhanga, was an upright man who served his country with unquestionable integrity, loyalty, and dedication. We remember Comrade Top 10 today, not only as an exemplary civil servant, but a hard-working cadre who contributed to both the liberation struggle and present-day Zimbabwe. It is now my singular honor and privilege to call upon you, the Honorable Acting President, General Retired Dr. Constantino G.D.N. Chiwenga, to address the mourners. Honorable Acting President, sir.
Pray, be seated. The bereaved Mupamhanga family, President of the Republic of Zimbabwe, His Excellency Dr. Emerson Dambudzo Mnangagwa, who is taking a deserved break. Vice President and Second Secretary of ZANU-PF, Colonel Retired Kembo Campbell Dugish Moadi, Minister of Defense and ZANU-PF National Chairman, Honorable Comrade Opacha Musipange Muchenguri Kashiri, Speaker of the National Assembly, Honorable Advocate Jacob Francis Mudenda, President of the Senate, Honorable Mabo Memory Chinomona, Chief Justice Honorable Luke Malava, as represented by Justice Kwaunza. Members of the Politburo and Central Committee, Cabinet Ministers here present, Minister of State for Provincial Affairs and Devolution, Harare Metropolitan Province, Honorable Senator Charles Tavengwa. Chief Secretary to the President and Cabinet, Dr. Martin Rushwaya. Chairman of the Public Service Commissions, Dr. Vincent Ungwe. Senior government officials here present, Commander Zimbabwe Defense Forces, General Philip Valerius Banda, service chiefs, war veterans, ex-detainees, restrictees and war collaborators. Your Excellencies, members of the Diplomatic Corps, Mayor of the City of Harare, His Worship Councillor Jacob Mafume, fellow mourners, ladies and gentlemen, comrades and friends. Barely a week after we convened at this very shrine to lay to rest three gallant sons of the soil, we gather once more for a sorrowful send-off. Justin Mupamhanga, whom we affectionately called Comrade Top 10, is no more. We mourn the loss of another hero. Just days after saying goodbye to his three comrades, whose graves still bear the fresh marks of our grief. Grief that resonates deeply within our nation. As we face this heartbreaking reality, we remember that a generation of exceptional men and women, pivotal to our liberation struggle, through selfless sacrifice, is leaving us. May I, on behalf of the President of the Republic of Zimbabwe, His Excellency Comrade Dr. Emmerson Damzo Mnangagwa, our grieving nation, the ruling party ZANU-PF, the government, my family, and on my own behalf, extend my deepest condolences to Amai Aida Mupamhanga, the widow of Comrade Mupamhanga and a fellow war veteran, as well as to their children, including Honorable Kudakwashe Mupamhanga, our Deputy Minister for Youth, Empowerment, Development, and Vocational Training. May they find solace in knowing that the entire nation stands with them in mourning the untimely passing of this illustrious son. Fellow mourners, the life of Comrade Justin Mupamhanga has been clearly captured by his family and the official obituary. I rise today to share my own reflections on this remarkable hero.
He was born in Goneso village under Chief Ruzane in the Weza district in Mashonaland East province. This was on the 1st March 1953. He passed on a mere month and a few days shy of his birthday. Justin's father, Patson Mupamhanga, later migrated to Mount Darwin area in search of good farming land, which he secured in the so-called African Purchase area of Chesa. He was a renowned farmer, which is what earned him that piece of land in another district of the then Rhodesia. Another family to be recognized was the Mzariri, the family of another national hero who rise here, the late Deputy Director General Comrade Maynard. They all came from the same area in search of good land in Chesa. Justin's path led him to Nyagaskana Primary School and later to St. Augustine Anglican Secondary School in Manicaland, where he excelled academically. Driven by the injustices of the colonial regime, he joined a wave of determined youth who protested against oppression, leading to his ultimate expulsion from school and relocation here in Harare, where he completed his education. Motivated by a profound sense of national duty, Justin abandoned his studies at the University of Rhodesia in 1975 to join the liberation struggle, becoming part of the Eight, a group of educated and courageous individuals who sacrificed their futures for our country's independence. These included Comrade Chris Mchangwa, seated there, Justice George Mtandwa Chueshe, who is in our judiciary, the late Ambassador John Mayowe, lying here at the National Hero-CDE, the late Wirad Duri, Comrade Duri, also lying here at the National Hero-CDE, Dr. Masimba Mwaja, Comrade Sobusa Gulandebere, and the late Comrade Navel Dembetembe, who fell in battle during the struggle. This spirit of resistance echoed through villages, schools, and universities, uniting diverse groups under a common cause, our freedom. Comrade Mupamhanga's extraordinary talents made him part of the training team at Wambua Political College at our Chumoyo Zanla headquarters camp. His master in Portuguese language often saw him serving as a translator for pivotal meetings involving the late President Robert Gabriel Mugabe and Mozambique's late President, Comrade Samora Moses Machel. Post-independence in 1980, the party authorized him to remain in Mozambique to complete his degree in economics at Eduardo Mondlane University, and returned here now to independent Zimbabwe in 1983 to serve in various strategic roles, significantly shaping our economic landscape. On his return, Comrade Mupamhanga joined the President's Kingdom from 1994 as a Minister Councillor at University. His dissertation looked at strategies to improve foreign direct investment to Zimbabwe. Later, he was recalled to head office, where he was tasked to transform the economics division into a full-fledged branch. The late former President Robert Gabriel Mugabe would later appoint Comrade Mupamhanga to the sensitive post of Secretary for Energy and Power Development. This was in December 2002. His tenure as Secretary was marked by addressing critical challenges, from eliminating fuel shortages to restructuring vital energy and power institutions, such as the Zimbabwe Electricity Authority, ZESA, and the introduction of the Zimbabwe Energy Regulatory Authority, ZERA. In times of the El Nino-induced droughts that from time to time devastated the Southern African region, Comrade Mupamhanga was one of a task force that included the late Minister of Agriculture, as then Air Force Commander, Air Chief Marshal Terence Shiri, the late Lieutenant General Amos Chingombe, the then Chief of Staff in the Defense Forces, and Ngwanizashe Masoka, the then Secretary of Agriculture. The task force was charged with the responsibility of importing grain to avert hunger in the country. Task forces comprise hard-headed troubleshooters. Itself an apt description of the men we gather here to lay to rest. In 2012, Comrade Mupamhanga was appointed Deputy Chief Secretary, responsible for monitoring and evaluation in the Office of the President and Cabinet. In that capacity, he oversaw crucial infrastructural projects that propelled our nation forward. Even in retirement, his commitment to service continued as he took on influential roles in Kuvimba Mining House and as an advisor to the late Minister of Lands, Agriculture and Rural Resettlement, the late Air Chief Marshal, retired Terence Shiri, and also served on the board of the Agricultural Finance Corporation. Comrade Mupamhanga was a great patriot, demonstrated by tireless dedication and self-service. He understood the sacrifices required for progress and continuously sought to uplift our people, echoing the wartime mantra that called for unity and a collective vision for our nation's future. In mind comes the song, Tose tichaguta kumusha, muzimbabwe yakasununguka. Rumbo rwaimbwa, zvinhu zvakaomarara. It was a call which helped us endure hardships. Indeed, which gave us a glimpse of a brave new world we were all carving through shared sacrifices. We fought for a total Zimbabwe, fought for all its wealth, the minerals, the flora, the fauna, its cultures, its heritage, its identities, its beliefs. Indeed, we fought for its rise as a soaring great nation. The wartime call urged us not to be greedy and selfish, not to be corrupt and egocentric, or to be narrow-minded and tribalistic. We all swore to a shared future in which everyone had a place on the table, a place in the sun for a culture of equal opportunity where every Zimbabwean served in equal measure. Zveubvanzu bvanzu kudya kwemhumi takazviramba. When our president says, leaving no one and no place behind, he is reminding us of this wartime covenant, a covenant we must all live by across generations, starting and including our very own. Zimbabwe belongs to all of us. We must share its God-given bound. Share its bound equally. So no one, not even the weak, the widowed, or the orphaned, are displaced or elbowed out by the strong in a mad rat race to grab unmerited privileges. Corruption has to end. Justin so far, his eyes so far to catch a sign of the profound, timeless needs of a people as they evolve across generations, across time and across space. We knew our God, that the God of Zimbabwe has hidden treasures, hidden them not from us, hidden them for us to enjoy in a free Zimbabwe. The gold, the diamonds, the platinum, the much sought after lithium, the uranium, gas, oil, rare earth minerals, and much more all of which no foreigner saw or fully enjoyed before our time. God hid all for us, his children, we the children of Zimbabwe. Today, all these must be shared equitably and for the development yechitsuwa chedu cheZimbabwe yatinoda. Alongside our President, Dr. E.D. Mnangagwa, Comrade Mupamhanga knew that nyika inofanirwa kusunungurwa, igotongwa, igodzivirirwa, igovakwa, uye igonamatirwa nevene vayo. Raive gamba rehondo rakararama. Aive mushori weZimbabwe yaaidzivirira. Aive mubvuwi mukereke yeUnited Methodist Church. Saka zvese nyika yake aida afa achida, kereke rake airida uye afa achirida. Where he prayed and served a true God. I am highlighting all these, so that you understand, dear fellow Zimbabweans, that the mantras by which the nation is governed come from very far. They define us as a people. They capture our deeply held values, our morals, our aspirations, and burdens we carry forward, bestowed to us by our foreign heroes. Aenda atisira chijana, ndosaka vakuru vakati nhaka ndiye musiidzanwa. A timeless heritage which each generation must safeguard jealously and bequeath to the next one coming after it. This one lesson Justin leaves to all of us, that we are our own liberators. A great challenge he throws to all of us in the public service. What are you doing for your country? You must ask yourself that question. How are you using your knowledge and skills to improve the lot of your people? Indeed, to propel Zimbabwe towards Vision 2030 and beyond. Comrade Top 10 used his time, skills, and commitment to fend off hunger, to sort out challenges of energy which bedeviled our nation. Beyond the office, he used the land to feed our people. Akakunda Top 10. Iwe urukuitei, uchaitei muofisi ya ugere. Comrades and friends, to realize an upper middle income economy as envisaged by our President, Dr. Emerson Dambudzo Mnangagwa. We all need to summon our collective energies towards one common goal. We must produce more. We must beneficiate all our resources. We must industrialize our economy towards value addition and beneficiation. Above all, we must turn our rural areas into centers of industrial activity, based on each community's resource endowments. Rural industrialization is one key lesson we learn from successful countries and growing economies. We must lift our people out of degrading and dehumanizing poverty. Indeed, change the trajectory of flow of goods and services back to the countryside where we all began. Our Vision 2030 is for all of us. Kwete dzamunotimbinga kuhondo taidziti zvigananda. Those who grow big tummies through ill-gotten wealth and questionable morals. A nation is developed as its weakest man and woman, indeed as its remotest part. The government is fully aware of the issues that are affecting the citizenry, such as unreliable public transport and regulated informal market, health and infrastructure challenges, which are already being addressed. Irrespective of these, we must remain united and focused. Let us remain vigilant and ready to defend our country, its resources and ideals, including its values and some culture. We must not be a generation which betray or fail our revolution and its ideals purchased through painful sacrifices. Today we honor Comrade Mupamhanga for his unwavering commitment to building a prosperous Zimbabwe. He leaves behind a legacy of integrity, hard work, and an unyielding resolve to protect our nation's values and resources. Let us ensure that his example inspires us to tackle the pressing challenges we face as we strive for national unity and development. As we lay Comrade Justin Mbombo Mupamhanga to rest among fellow heroes and heroines at this sacred shrine, we acknowledge the profound impact we had on our liberation struggle and the development of our nation. We extend our heartfelt gratitude to his family, especially his brave wife and children, who uphold the values instilled in them by their parents. To the late Comrade Justin Mupamhanga, I say, You will be remembered for your significant contribution to our nation's independence and economic empowerment. Though you leave us with an intense void, we will cherish the memories of your warmth, humility, and wise counsel. Farewell, dear comrade. Your legacy will forever inspire future generations. You will be missed dearly. Go well, dear comrade. May your soul rest in eternal peace. Lala nokutula kawe la makawe. Zorora murugare gambaredu. Fambai zvakanaka moyo ndizo de wa vuma varanda. I thank you.
Hello Zimbabwe, my name is Dr. Talent Maziwisa, Managing Director of Dove's Life Assurance. With profound sorrow, Dove's extends its heartfelt condolences to His Excellency, President Dr. Idi Mnangagwa, the Mupamhanga family, and the entire nation on the passing on of Comrade Justin Mupamhanga, a liberation stalwart, dedicated public servant, and a true patriot. This heartbreaking loss comes on the heels of the recent triple burial of national heroes. And before the dust is settled, we find ourselves mourning yet another gallant son of the soil. Comrade Mupamhanga's life was one of unparalleled dedication and service to Zimbabwe. In 1975, he left the then Rhodesia to join the liberation struggle, where he played a pivotal role in the commissariat and education departments of ZANU and ZANDLA. His contributions helped pave the way for our independence. Post-independence, his distinguished 36-year career was marked by exceptional service, from leading the economics division in the President's Department to his diplomatic posting as Minister Counselor in London. He continuously upheld the values of patriotism and progress. As Secretary for Energy and Power Development, Comrade Mupamhanga spearheaded the liberalization of the fuel industry, addressing fuel shortages and empowering indigenous businesses. His eventual appointment as Deputy Chief Secretary to the President and Cabinet in 2012 was a reflection of his steadfast dedication to Zimbabwe's growth and development. At Doves, we are privileged to stand alongside the nation in honoring the legacy of Comrade Mupamhanga. With a 123-year legacy, we remain Zimbabwe's trusted funeral service provider, committed to offering dignified farewells for the men and women who have shaped our nation. Our services include comprehensive funeral solutions, from planning to execution, ensuring dignified services. Convenient payment options, which includes Inbox, EcoCash, ZB Agents, Banker BC, PayNow, and the Doves app. We also have the diaspora funeral plans, tailored to honor your loved ones wherever they may be. We also have Build Your Dream initiative, helping Zimbabweans secure their visions. Doves Financial Services is another, providing microloans, personal loans, group lending, and financial education to empower individuals and communities. Our 24/7 contact center is available for all inquiries. Contact us via voice call or WhatsApp on numbers listed below. As we bid farewell to Comrade Justin Mupamhanga, we reflect on his enduring legacy of sacrifice, patriotism, and leadership. His memory will inspire generations to uphold the values of unity, service, which he so passionately embodied. Rest in peace, Comrade Justin Mupamhanga. Your legacy will forever remain a guiding light for Zimbabwe. Doves, for the ones you love. I thank
Aiwa tinotenda zvikuru. Ndaikumbirawo vari kuimba chimbonyarara itenderere mberi neprogram. Ndatenda. The Honorable Acting President, at this point, allow me to request the Honorable Minister, Honorable Kazembe, to hand over to you the national flag for presentation to a family representative. May I also request Amai Mupamhanga, wife of our late national hero, to proceed to the podium to receive the national flag.
Looking for peace of mind at an affordable price? With Dove's Life Assurance, you can now secure life assurance for as little as $2. Start protecting your loved ones and ensure a dignified farewell with our funeral policy. Don't wait any longer. Get in touch with us today and take the first step towards a secure future with Dove's Life Assurance.
The rest of us will remain where we are and follow proceedings from there. May we all rise.
Sapho Zimbabwe kulabo abasanda kusixhuma siqhubekela phambili ngomsebenzi wokubekwa kweqhawe lesizwe uComrade Justin Mupamhanga. Ngaphambilini sike sezwa osaphethe isikhundla sikamongameli welizwe General Retired Constantino Dominic Aguvea Nyika Dzino Chiwenga amchaze njengendoda emadodeni, indoda eyasebenza ngamandla, indoda eyayizehlisa njalo. Sibona izicoco eziningi athe waziphatha, sikhangela njalo isicoco sibona kwezenotho njalo, sibona njalo engumuntu owayicebisa ababona ngezemigodi ekubimba amine, kanye sibona njalo ukuthi wake wacebisa njalo lo wayengumphathintambo obona ngezokulima umoye uComrade Parents Shiri, njalo wayicebisa njalo ibhanga elibona ngezokulima Agricultural Finance Bank. Sibona njalo ukuthi umuyi uchazwe njengendoda emadodeni, undaji walungululwa senulume wakashingane simba, unulume wakabima pechokomende oyo wazimina Comrade Mupamhanga walungululwa ikapati amuzuluzi wa nyika uchijesi ichuno wabambabo General Retired Dr. Constantino Chiwenga mbuli imwalume wakabereka achamangozo vatsanangurwa semunu akashanda nesimba rumbi, munu angari chipangamazano, munu akashanda nesimba achibatsira munyadzi kasiyana-siyana dzezveufumi chete nezvekurima rumbi.
Yes, that was a lovely and profound speech and address by His Excellency, the Acting President, Honorable General Retired Dr. CGDN Chiwenga. He spoke about how Comrade Justin Mupamhanga contributed to the development of Zimbabwe. He had unwavering commitment to the development of Zimbabwe, as well as contributing to the independence of Zimbabwe. He encouraged Zimbabweans to work hard to preserve this legacy. And just to look at the Chimurenga name that was given to Comrade Justin Mupamhanga, Comrade Top 10. I would like to believe that he's one of the few comrades with an English Chimurenga name. So that was some of the key takeaways from from General Retired Dr. CDGN Chiwenga's speech, the acting president currently. And now we get to witness that the bearer party gets to move the casket to its graveside, and very shortly we'll be witnessing the casket being lowered into the grave, and also looking forward to firing party number 1, which is going to present arms and then shoulder arms, and also firing 3 volley, and 3 volley presents arms, followed by last post and the reveal.
Yebo rumbi ngasikhangela njalo isidumbu asikamoyi Comrade Justin Mupamhanga sisithwalwa sisiyabekwa ethuneli umzini wakhe wokucina ukuveza njalo abantu abakhona, abantu babuthene banengi, banu bejamu kunje kwabo rumbi nasiko khonekana na Comrade Justin Mupamhanga. Tilinga kale kuti unu wose mishingo iye inontobera, tilinga na banu bejamu kunje kwabo azutondeja kale kuti Comrade Justin Mupamhanga wakabiri unu wabanu. Ngaphambilini rumbi sikesezwa indodana yakhe Honorable umhlonitshwa ukuda Mupamhanga uchaze uyise njengendoda eyayizithulele, indoda elokuthula kodwa ngomuntu owaye elamazwi akhayo njalo umuntu wasebenza gadalala, esithi nxa usendlini wayengumuntu oyabezithulele kodwa engumuntu elolwazi njalo ehlotshiswe ngamazwi ayakhayo. Mushakabvu batsanangurwa ni mwana wawo semunu anga ari chipangamazano, munhu angakanyarara, munhu aizvideredza okuyinto ekhulunywe njalo yagcizelelwa ngabebandla lakhe ele-United Methodist. Bamchaze njengendoda yayizehlisa kungenani lokuthi waphatha imisebenzi eqhakathekileyo. Ziyonseni ezi zintu zithondeza ukuthi wali mwalumi wali kuliselezya ngawutalangwe imilimo ngakajatha nkwati libwene ilino ulukutholwa kumunzwa wakwe wakumanini na okonkwathakalalazi kwe Comrade Justin Mupamhanga.
A true gallant son of the soil who is survived by his wife, Mrs. Aida Mupamhanga, and 4 children. Right now, the casket has reached to the graveside, and we get to witness it being lowered into the graveside, being carried by the bearer party, where people who are also gathered there witnessing this as it happens, whilst other people also follow the proceedings from where they are seated. That is at the National Heroes Eka. In case you're just joining us, we are live, broadcasting live from the National Heroes Eka, where there is the burial ceremony of the late national hero, Comrade Justin Mupamhanga. Today is a day that we get to honor the illustrious son of the soil who dedicated his life to developing the Zimbabwean nation. He played a major role in several sectors in Zimbabwe, and that includes the energy sector, the agricultural sector, a man of humility and integrity. Bengai, what are some of the key takeaways from all the speeches that we said today?
Bonke abakhulumileyo Rumbi bekhuluma ngaphezulu kuka Justin Mupamhanga bamchaze njengendoda eyayizehlisa, indoda eyasebenza gadalala. Imisebenzi kaComrade Justin Mupamhanga iyaziveza iyodwa. Konke okukhulunywe ususela ngo-1975 lapho achiya khona isikolo esiyabambana labanye empini yenkululeko. Konke lokho kuveza umsebenzi oqhakathekileyo. Sikhangela njalo ukunikezwa kwamabizo abazukulweni bakhe kanye labantwana, kuveza ukuthi ngumuntu abangafuni ukuthi bamkhohlwe ngomsebenzi awuphathayo. Zosiyozo zinotholeja ukuthi Comrade Mupamhanga mishingo ibakabhatha vanhu abadikho ikanganwa tilinga mazina akapiwa kunosuka kubazekulu zosiyozo zutondejo zomishingo mibuya. Wakathesi sesifike emzini wakhe wokucina esethuneni lakhe eNational Heroes Eka, abantu babuthene ukuthi ibhokisi lakhe lihanjiswe phansi Rumbi.
Yes, we are witnessing that people are gathered there to witness the casket being placed into the grave site right there at the National Heroes Eka. So much to talk about when it comes to Comrade Justin Mupamhanga, a man who started his political career when he was a student. It says a lot about his personality, just knowing that he sacrificed his studies in the then University of Rhodesia and to attend military training. That's a lot for the Zimbabwean, as a Zimbabwean activist, political activist and war veteran.
Soroi, acting president of the Republic of Zimbabwe, Soroi makurukota ese are recognized wakare. We have now arrived at this open grave where we are going to lay to rest our national hero. And to see us through, I'm going to ask the Chaplain General, Zimbabwe Prisons and Correctional Services, a Methodist pastor himself, to give us the opening prayer.
Mwari wedu, mumangwanani ano tinokutendai neupenyu hwaJustin Mupamhanga wamakamuropafadza Mwari kuti ave chikomborero munyika yedu yeZimbabwe, ave chikomborero mubudiriro mukati menyika yedu, ave chikomborero mukati memhuri yake nemukati mechechi. Pano Mwari pahwiro tinokomborera baba kune iri rinda iro mutumbi wemuranda wenyu uchazorora uchimirira kuridzwa kwehwamanda. Tinonamatira Mwari nzvimbo ino baba kuti ichengetwe nemi, chiedza chenyu Mwari chichengetedze marangwana emuranda wenyu. Tinonamatira nemhuri yake Mwari wamasimba ose kuti wanyaradzwe uye wasimbiswe pawanorangarira muranda uyu, wapuhwe tariro yekuziva kuti magumo edu ari muna Mwari uye upenyu hwedu hunotanga maari. Mbiri nekukudzwa tazvipa kwamuri.
muzita raBaba reMwanakomana nereMweya Mutsvene. Amen.
Thank you very much, Assistant Commissioner Chanyare, who has given us the opening prayer. At this time, I'm now going to ask that we receive the military honors that have been bestowed upon our national hero. And as a sign of respect, I'm going to ask that we all stand and in silence we will also immediately after that listen to the last post. I thank you. RSM. Good. Up. 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 Get up. 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 Firing back. Police with blank cartridges. Not. Up. Up. Present. Back. Up. 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 Back. Up. 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 Back. Unload. Sit up. 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 General salute. Return. Up. 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 I thank you. At this juncture, may I kindly request those in the podium and in the main arena to take your seats, whilst I invite again the Minister of Religion, Pastor Reverend Razo, to come and lead us in the committal service. Pastor Razo, please.
Justin Mupamhanga vadzokera kuna Mwari uye wakaupa. Izvozvo tinopa muviri wake kuivhu, tichiti ivhu kuivhu, dota kubuguta, dota kubuguta. Zita raBaba neMwanakomana neMweya Anoera. Amen.
Zvino nyasha dzatenzi wedu Jesu Kristu, rudo rwaMwari Baba nekuwadzana kweMweya Mutsvene zvichengete mweya waJustin Mupamhanga, zvichengete mhuri yake, mukomborere nyika yedu. Muzita raBaba nereMwanakomana nereMweya Anoera. Amen.
Tinotenda panguva ino rekedzai ndikoke mhuri vakasununguka kuzokandawo ivhu. Take your seats.
Okay, you won't fall.
At this juncture, I'm now going to hand over to the Permanent Secretary to take us to the next stage of the program. PSA.
I'm sorry. Takusvika kumagumo eurongwa hwedu apo tinenge takuisa maruwa evatungamiriri vedu venyika hama neshamwari, asi semurayiro tinotungamirirwa nevemhuri. Saka ndaikumbirawo kuti akamirira mhuri kuti waise ruwa apa. Mashure mezvo mamwe evatungamiriri vedu anozosara achiswa.
services.
To our late national hero, ndakutendai mese neuwandu hwenyu. Honorable Acting President, murikuona kuti mabhei ratadiki nhasi. Vanhu vauya neuwandu, vamwe vari pasi pemiti. Aiwa ndoda kutendai mese mauya kuzooneka gamba redu. Ndinoziva maprovince auya akawanda. Harare iri pano. Mashisti ndanzwa kuti iri pano. Asiko kunobva munhu. My Central ndanzwa iri pano zvakare. My Central muriko here uko? Hallelujah. Honorable Acting President, ndanzwa kuti leadership yekumazowe in recognition of the humility yavamupamhanga vese vasiya motikari dzavo vakati tinopinda mubhazi rimwe chete. Deputy Minister, Minister, DCC members, province, vauya vari mubhazi. Honorable Acting President, kuratidza humility yavamupamhanga, ndinokutendai. It is now time for our national anthem, after which we will remain where we are and allow the Acting President to leave the shrine. May we all rise.
Presidential salute! President Anthem!
Honorable Acting President, we have come to the end of the program. May we remain where we are and allow the Acting President to leave the shrine. I thank you all.
Yes, that is the burial of the late national hero, Comrade Justin Mupamhanga, who died on the 22nd of January 2025, has been laid to rest here at the National Heroes Eka, and we have seen the acting president, Dr. Chiwenga, presiding over the burial as he is now taking his leave. And we've heard him explaining what sort of a person Comrade Mupamhanga was, the role that he played in as far as ensuring that the country's development trajectory is an ongoing process that still speaks to the present day theme or mantra of Nyika Inovakwa Neve Nevayo. And we've also heard the acting president shunning acts of corruption to say we cannot proceed with the corruption in Zimbabwe. The government's position is quite clear to say zero tolerance to corruption. He also spoke highly of the works that were done by the late national hero in terms of ensuring that there is a food security in Zimbabwe. And Comrade Chiwenga highly recommends Zimbabweans to follow path and also ensure that we do get to emulate, carry on with the works that have been done by the late national hero, that is Comrade Justin Mupamhanga. As I'm speaking, the acting president is now leaving the podium together with other senior government officials who actually came through to pay their last respect to the national hero, Comrade Justin Mupamhanga. As you can see on your pictures, that is the delegation leaving the podium as they slowly approach their vehicles. That means it is coming to an end of this particular ceremony. Dr. Chiwenga, who again explained the role that was played by Comrade Mupamhanga during the liberation struggle, how much he rebelled at the University of Rhodesia after the assassination of the national hero. And now we are witnessing acting president Dr. Constantino Chiwenga together with Amai taking leave of this national hero's Eka as they have presided over the burial of the late national hero. Zimbabweans are still singing in jubilation, celebrating and of course honoring the works that were done by the late national hero, celebrating what he did for the country. As you can hear the whistling as people are waving goodbye to the acting president who is now leaving the national hero's Eka. Zimbabweans, as you've heard, have come in their numbers from various provinces, and of course they have come here to say goodbye. Well, that was the burial of the late national hero as we are giving you proceedings right here at the National Heroes Eka. From myself, Ian Wambe, the entire crew behind the scenes right here at the National Heroes Eka, we now take you back to our Pocket Hill studios.
Yebo Ian, kwa feno tabona kale uchiro bada chibula chuntungamiri wa shango General Retired Dr. Chiwenga baibo be Buddha akale be ngwina akale zule bakale kuti losuka ku mapejirejo akale obulongwa yobo sibonile njalo sapete iskundla sikamongabeli welizwe u General Retired Dr. Constantino Chiwenga esuka njalo okuveza ufika lindi uyagcina uyibekile indota emadodeni uComrade Justin Mupamhanga ngumsebenzi awuphathileyo bonke abakhulumileyo abaqela phakathi osaphethe isikhundla sikamongameli welizwe retired General Dr. Chiwenga wachaza ukuthi indoda ebizehlisa wakhuluma njalo ngokuphatheka njalo lokubambana okumele kube khona elizweni leZimbabwe. Ukhulumile njalo esithi le ibindoda ebizehlisa kungenani lokuthi ike yaphatha isicoco esiqhakathekileyo. Wakhuluma njalo ukuthi kube indoda eyokholo kuvezwa njalo ilabo asebenza labo kubandla le-United Methodist. Sibonile njalo sukusela ekuseni esuka emzini wakhe ku number 104 lapho ku Drew Road eGrange. Isidumbu sakhe sithwalwa saze sabekwa emathuneni eNational Heroes Eka. Sibonile njalo uZulu obuye ngobunengi. Sibonile njalo sisizwa ngalo umsebenzi awuphathayo indodana yakhe usaphethe isikhundla sikamongameli welizwe esithi kungenani lokuthi wasechile umsebenzi waqhubekela phambili esebenza gadalala ephatha izicoco ecebisa kunhlangothi ezehlukeneyo. Rumbi Comrade Mupamhanga munu atsanangurwa sibuno akabatha basa guru murumende eZimbabwe nemashure mbukusiya basa.
A true illustrious son of the soil. Now we've come to the end of this solemn and dignified burial ceremony, and we remember the extraordinary life and legacy of our late national hero, Comrade Justin Mupamhanga, with thousands and mourners were gathered at the National Heroes Eka today to pay their final respects to the true patriot who dedicated their life to the service and development of our great nation, Zimbabwe. From me, Rumbidzai Chakanza, Vengani Ngube, and the crew behind the scenes, it's goodbye for now. Thank you so much for watching.
At Doves, we understand that life can be busy. That's why we have the Dove Self-Service Portal to make your insurance experience as effortless as possible. With just a few clicks, you can apply for a new policy, manage an existing policy, make policy payments, and even apply for a loan, all from the comfort of your home. Visit the Dove Self-Service Portal today and take control of your insurance experience. Doves for the ones you love.
Hamwe kusiya mishayo Hamwe kusiya banabo Hamwe kusiya maina baba Hamwe wakasiya shukuru Hamwe kusiya mishayo Hamwe kusiya banabo Hamwe kusiya maina baba Musakanga mwakomana pakabvairo Kana makara musakanga mwapakabva Zimbabwe Kana maungana musakanga mwapakabva Zimbabwe Maungana musakanga mwapakabva Zimbabwe Pamotaura pamusakanga mwapakabva Zimbabwe Chomonakirwa izvi musakanga mwapakabva Zimbabwe yeah, yeah, yeah.